This video was made possible by our generous supporters on Patreon. Check out patreon.com/NWR for all the details. Hello, and welcome to NWR TV for the inaugural deep dive of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, as I guess we'll call it for now.
Well, no, I think what it is, officially it is called the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yes, yeah, I have the...
That is its official name.
Where's the title card? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, I hope that's actually what's on the box.
I mean, they kind of did it with Smash Brothers on Wii U and 3DS, where we're like, that's just a placeholder.
Yeah.
So this was unexpected to see this, and it's not coming out for a year, at least.
Yeah,
like,
this is, I'm surprised that this might be all there is, but
yeah, I mean, like, clearly especially after that DLC wrap, they were definitely working on this project. They might have shifted. So I don't know how the Zelda team's made up these days, because they do have Link's Awakening. I want to say Grezzo's probably helping with Link's Awakening. There were probably some resources working on Cadence of Hyrule, though probably a lot more in a supervisory role.
Yeah, I think we know that Grezzo is doing Link's Awakening, don't we?
I think I'm not 100% sure, but it just felt like that's what Grezzo does. They help the Zelda team.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this game, I would assume holiday 2020 at best. That I wouldn't be surprised if that's the goal. Although, as we said right before the video, this could always be they're like, maybe they shouldn't say the date, because there's always a chance it could Animal Crossing out and wind up being a March 2021.
It could Breath of the Wild out. I mean, there's a precedent within this engine, so.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So going into the trailer, so, I mean, I guess this kind of picks up, in a way, after Breath of the Wild ends. So, spoilers, if
I guess so.
Yeah, I guess there's spoilers for Breath of the Wild here, because I think it's kind of pertinent to this. Link and Zelda don't die at the end of Breath of the Wild. That's cool.
No.
But they're in a spot where they're like, okay, we need to rebuild Hyrule. And as we find out at the end of this trailer, it looks like they are exploring beneath Hyrule Castle.
Yeah.
Which is also where... Well, I guess it wasn't the final battle of Link versus Ganon, Calamity Ganon in Breath of the Wild.
Right.
But it was one of the fights
phases 1 through 3 occurred under the castle.
Yeah. But it seems like they're in some sort of dungeon-like crypt. There's weird green smoke circling what is like some sort of skeletal structure that seems to be Ganondorf related or Gerudo related.
Well, let's analyze this, gentlemen. Unless you have something else you want to do first.
I mean, we could just start from the beginning.
Okay, we'll get him in a second then. So we have green, what appear to be symbols. These look like Gerudo to me. I have the
outfit.
The Legend of Zelda Encyclopedia, Arts and Artifacts, and Hyrule Historia are stacked up on my desk right now, waiting to go. I'm so excited. It feels like when the Breath of the Wild trailer came out, and it's like there's so much to go through here.
So these what look like Gerudo lettering are coming out of this skeleton.
They are coming out of him, aren't they? Yeah, they are emitting from him. And he's got something, he's got like a tower of goop coming out from him too.
Yes, which I think is like the Calamity stuff from Breath of the Wild.
Oh, he's calamitying right out of his chest.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we go
here on the wall.
So there's that wall painting there that very much looks like it's just straight up like Ganondorf on Ganon horse. Yeah,
like Phantom Ganon from Ocarina of Time kind of vibes. In fact, he even has the
design of what we saw in Breath of the Wild when they talked about what happened in the past.
Yes,
but
and he has
that does not look like the big demonic version of Ganon. That looks like the humanoid version.
He does have the pitchfork though.
Yeah.
Which is traditional Ganon. Did Phantom Ganon have the pitchfork?
I don't remember.
He had a spear of some sort. I don't remember. I'll put up a picture of Phantom Ganon. And look like I know what I'm talking about.
Correct us.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's there.
There's other stuff behind him. There's another horse back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another horse behind him with a guy on it with a bow and arrow, it looks like.
Yeah. So maybe that's like the Ganondorf army. Some Gerudo stuff going on.
Yeah.
But so the one thing that kind of came to mind, I assume you saw. Yeah, we have talked about it before. I don't think you're as big of a Thor Ragnarok fan as I am.
I really like the production design.
So part of that movie, if you're not familiar with it, is that you do have the Odin character, Thor's father. Before Thor was born, he had another daughter who's the villain of that movie, Hela, and they were like this warring evil people, and then he decided to become good. And it's revealed in Thor Ragnarok as they kind of uncover elements of whatchamacallit, oh my god, Asgard. As they uncover elements of Asgard, they show like, oh, this is what they used to be like. And this kind of gives me that vibe that it could be something like that. Like they are unearthing this, and it's either, you know, maybe it's a prophecy of how Ganon went bad. Maybe it's something. Maybe Ganon actually like saved people. I don't know.
This could.
But like that's what it seems like. It seems like they are uncovering lost history or something like that, which I feel is a thing that ties into some of the themes of Zelda in general.
Well, and I think it ties into some timeline stuff too, and we can dig into that later. But y'all know how much I love the timeline.
So there's like a weird. It almost in that top-down image, it looks like it's just a weird little baby.
Yeah, well, it's so he has a I don't know if it's this next shot or not. No, not yet. Okay, we'll come back to him. Zelda's riding. Is that an elephant?
A dewback.
There you go.
It does look elephant-like.
Also, Zelda got a haircut.
Yeah. And she's wearing. I mean, she had very similar clothing to that in Breath of the Wild, but it seems like they're both adventuring. I don't know if I want to read too much into this to be like, there's gonna be co-op, but like it seems like Zelda's gonna have a much more active role.
I hope so.
In Breath of the Wild.
I'd even look co-op or segments where you play as Zelda.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of demand for that.
Because I think there's something to be said that, like, I don't know if I necessarily want the Breath of the Wild sequel to be co-op, because I think some of the glory of that game is getting lost in it by yourself.
Yeah.
But if they did have something where you could, you know, choose who you play as or alternate between them or something along those lines. But I do like the design of that animal. I don't know if it's referencing some other Zelda animal through the ages, but it does just like kind of like a little elephant dewback thing.
Yeah, they're definitely like on it for the long haul. Like it is geared up. They've got like lumber in the back. It looks like just a roided up Orden goat from Twilight Princess.
Yeah, like this is once again they could have like that we found these catacombs underneath the castle. We're gonna go exploring with our goat.
What if the whole game takes place down here and it's a survival horror game? Okay, but let's hang on. We gotta go back real quick to this shot here.
Yeah.
So the weird thing that we've got going on here is coming out of. We're gonna call him Ganondorf. We don't know if he's Ganondorf. We're gonna call him Ganondorf. So all those words are emitting out of a hand that's attached to his chest.
A plot.
Yes. So now that hand is in the same place as Ganondorf was stabbed at the end of Twilight Princess.
Yes.
Where he was, and like that Ganondorf was sealed in the Gerudo Desert by the sages with like this light sword thing, and it kind of does remind me of this aesthetic. And so that would make sense because that is presumably the same Ganondorf from Ocarina of Time, if I remember right.
I believe that's the implication.
So that would, I mean, he's in about the right pose. That Ganondorf did die standing up.
Yeah.
So that lines up. And also their costumes look cool. Link has the Master Sword still.
Yeah, that's good to know. Can't tell what his shield is. Zelda is ill-equipped, it seems, unless she's hiding a bow somewhere.
She has a cape, so that's good. Maybe a boomerang.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's...
So we have them, yeah, they're just chilling by the water, but I do like this
I
because...
wouldn't drink from that.
Yeah, like, that seems a little dicey, Zelda,
like,
what you
this
do.
guy, like,
But, like, that reminds me of environments from Breath of the Wild. It looks like those crystals there are something that you could probably, mine for
harvest,
stuff.
yeah, glowstones, yeah. What is it called? They're not glows. Is that glowstones Minecraft, isn't it? I don't remember.
It's not glowstones, but
I'm mixing up my terminology. And this adorable rat is back. I'm sure he's gonna have a long life. Oh no!
No. Yeah, so I mean that looks like the stuff from Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Like the Calamity like and Goop.
Calamity befell that.
And they're on a bridge. Is that just supposed to be the Ordon Bridge? I just assume that's every bridge in Zelda.
Every bridge is the.
I can't place exactly where that bridge is from, but it probably holds some kind of reference.
I do not recognize the bridge.
Yeah. Unless it's just a part of this new area that you're exploring.
We've never really been. I mean, outside of Link's Awakening or Link to the Past. I mean, we don't have that much knowledge of the Hyrule Castle catacombs.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get their goat over it.
Yeah.
Another good shot of Link and Zelda. I'm gonna call it a goat. I know it's not a goat, but it's an Ordon goat. Another good shot of Link and Zelda. They're surprised.
Yeah, because I mean, I would be too.
Right. Okay, so
this is where we get the better look at it.
Yeah.
And there is that's definitely Gerudo imagery, and going back to the whole Ganondorf from Twilight Princess vibe, like that kind of looks like Ganondorf. Like even the flowing hair is reminiscent of how Ganondorf was portrayed in Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah.
Like that. I think it's a safe bet that he is a Ganondorf of some ilk. And then we go back to there, like that's one of the best shots of it so far. Yeah. He's got that headpiece there. That has the headpiece. The glowing jewel, which once again is part of the design of Ganondorf and Twilight Princess.
Yep.
He's got the weird hand going out where he might have been stabbed in Twilight Princess.
Yep.
Like, I know that Nintendo usually doesn't think about the timeline stuff quite as much as everybody else does, it seems.
They do. They just keep it a secret. They don't like to admit it.
That just seems evocative of Twilight Princess.
Oh yeah. Well, what's that little symbol? That's the Gerudo symbol.
Okay.
It's the same symbol that's like there on his. I don't know what part of his body we're looking at. His shoulder there.
Oh yeah.
We see it again later, but that's the Gerudo symbol. So I mean, this is Ganondorf. I mean.
Yeah.
It's some version of Ganondorf. The arm gauntlet thing, probably not related, but it kind of reminds me of Impa's gauntlets in Skyward Sword that she gives to Zelda.
Yep.
Okay. I have a lot of questions.
A new rune.
About what's happening. Oh, that could be.
That was my thing. It looks like he's wielding some sort of magic.
But he's doing it directly from his hand. He's not doing it from the slate.
Yeah. Yeah, because I guess technically you have to use the slate for all of the runes, correct? Wasn't that the conceit?
Yeah. Is it going into him? Or is it coming out of him?
I'm not sure.
So, no, it's going in.
He's shooting it out. It looks like he's shooting it out.
In forward motion, though, this line is going into his hand.
Maybe
he's like charging
magic?
It could be a charge shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least in that shot, it's going into his hand, and then his hand lights up.
Yeah.
What if Link becomes possessed by Ganondorf, and you play as Zelda?
Then you Zelda. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's just
was that the plot to one of the CDI games?
Probably. And then that's the.
Oh boy, it goes fast. Okay.
Yeah.
So that goes, and then we have that's Zelda's hand on the bottom.
They're holding hands.
Yep. We have a
and then that
temple.
Looks like, so here's my reading way too into it. I think we're getting dungeons. Because that looks like it's an entrance to a dungeon.
That's actually a really good point. This whole trailer it focuses on a dungeon-like environment, which is very un-Breath of the Wild-y.
Yep.
Which would be oh so good. If they could fix my one problem with Breath of the Wild, that and the inventory system.
You would be
like, Oh man, we could just stop playing games.
Like, and that seems to be what a lot of this trailer is showing to me, is that, like, I mean, if you look at the early stuff for Breath of the Wild, which I'd assume, you know, not totally, not like everything that they did for the promotional marketing for Breath of the Wild is going to be the same for its sequel, but I think there's things we can draw. If you look at that early thing where it's Link using the ancient arrows to shoot at a guardian, those were core concepts of what would become Breath of the Wild.
Even the slow motion.
Yeah, like that's the thing. It's like it did evolve over time, as we even saw it through its other demos over the years. It definitely changed and tweaked over time, but those are core concepts about that game. So I would assume whatever's here, it might not show up in the exact same capacity, but they are likely teasing concepts that are paramount to the sequel to Breath of the Wild.
Okay, so we had that dungeon shot. Okay, so we had this shot of them holding hands. We get the dungeon, and then we get this shot of Link's hand being grabbed by the hand that was grabbing Ganon.
Yeah,
I'm kind of leaning toward this whole Link is possessed. Well, that's Link's hand, though.
Okay, so that's Link's hand getting grabbed, but it could be Zelda getting possessed and using the hand. I don't know.
Because it has the shoulder piece.
Yeah.
Do either of them have the slate?
I have not seen in what we've seen. It could be like when he kept it on his waist or something.
Yeah. So that hand grabs him. Then we get this shot. That's
which is awesome.
Wow. There's a lot happening. Okay. So obvious thing, big ol' probably Ganondorf shadow.
Yeah.
You know what that kind of reminds me of, though, is in Twilight Princess when Link transforms into the wolf.
Yeah.
I think Link's getting possessed, man. I think I'm calling it right now.
Yeah.
So we have him up there.
Yeah. And it looks
that's
like
just the body down there. Yeah. Yeah, and then the hand, but the hand on there is actually on him, but then this is up here, we have a hand actually going towards him.
Yeah. It also reminds me of some of the artwork of like the early NES Zeldas, which I feel like there's stuff like this throughout it as well. Maybe it's drawing inspiration from Zelda 2. I don't know.
Could be. There is a lot of like shadow play stuff in the artwork for that. You're right.
Yeah. And even with that, I believe, with Zelda 2, that story starts off with, Zelda who's been asleep or whatever. Yeah. I'm not saying it's going to be a remake of Zelda 2, following how Breath of the Wild was a little bit like Zelda 1.
That'd be
I don't
great.
think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be quite to the level, but it could totally draw inspiration from that.
Yeah.
Maybe you do deal with some sort of Shadow Link in that game. I feel like there's not a lot to substantiate that, but I'll say it now, so that way if it happens, I feel real smart.
You feel, yeah, we're just going to make a whole bunch of random wild claims. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to make sure there's nothing hidden in any frames of this really quick shot, because it goes by so fast. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, and then he just goes away. Okay.
Yeah.
Those are Zelda's shoes. Okay.
Yeah. And then the ground starts to fall.
Neither of them have the slate.
Yeah.
Okay, so the ground starts to fall. Oh, what?
It could just be that's a concept that might not return in the same way.
Yeah.
Which I think makes sense, considering that the slate is basically the Wii U gamepad, and they're like, about that.
So you can still use the slate, but now you can't see the real world and the slate at the same time.
Yes.
Now it's the Switch. So we have, so the body does come back to life.
Yeah.
Because we get that little twitch there. Once again, you'll notice that Link is not in this shot because he's being possessed. It all fits. Also, I'm sorry to everyone watching this that the little crosshair was turned on in the middle of the video. I just realized that was on. Okay, turned it off. Link is still gone.
And there's a near money shot of...
Yeah. Question is, I guess he always had earrings. I was gonna see if he had blue earrings. That would have been the definitive proof.
Got some chompers there.
Yeah, tons more like Gerudo iconography.
Yeah.
That's the darkest I've seen Zelda go. I guess since Twilight Princess.
Zombie.
Yeah. Ugh. That's great.
Yeah, because I mean, with Breath of the Wild, we got Calamity Ganon as the force of nature. Maybe now we're going to get Ganondorf like the human
himself.
Villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that's cool.
Or I guess the undead villain. I don't know. And yeah, and then so we see Hyrule Castle in
Hyrule
what
looks
appears
pretty
to be,
much the same.
Yeah, like identical to Breath of the Wild's overworld.
Which
Hyrule
makes
Castle
sense.
start to fall into the ground.
Does Hyrule Castle look like any more built up or anything? It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the world looks the same. There's no the Guardians or the Divine Beasts are gone.
Yeah, and you also you don't have those things up around the castle like you did.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no Calamity.
And then we have like this
Back
like weird heavy breath. There's the heartbeat going on during that part.
Yeah.
And that's. I'm excited.
I am too, but I just want to really point out here that after that hand grabs Link isn't in this trailer anymore. Like they're there together.
Yeah, but we'll watch it here. Everybody look around. So yeah, they're there.
So Link gets grabbed.
Yeah, the
There's
stuff
a flash.
goes into his hand or whatever.
Oh, wait.
Oh no, yeah, they have that thing where he's on his.
He's in that one shot.
Yeah, that could be out of order.
That could be out of order. I'm sticking with it.
Damn it.
Link disappears and then Ganon wakes up.
Yeah.
Ugh, that's great.
And then like that's. I mean, I love that shot because it's just like, hey, remember how you like Breath of the Wild? Yeah, we're gonna mess it up.
Oh wait, it's not. So I watched this and my brain said it was sinking, but it's rising.
Is it rising up?
Yeah. I don't know why my brain didn't say that. So yeah.
Yeah.
Boop 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 boop. Reminds me of like when dungeons would appear in the old Zelda games, where they would just rise up, like the entrance would rise up out of the ground.
And then there's going to be a dungeon underneath Hyrule Castle.
Yeah. Or Hyrule Castle's gonna take off, fly away. This is the intro to Mario Galaxy. This is Legend of Zelda Galaxy.
It's Paper Mario.
Yeah. All right.
There's gonna be a Koopa car underneath Hyrule Castle.
And I'll tease this. Well, no, you know what? I'll tease that I'm gonna work on more theory stuff for this. I don't want to tease what I'm teasing, in case nobody else has caught it yet. I don't want to gimp myself by giving other people an advantage.
It's a good trailer. I'm excited.
It's a great trailer. So unexpected. And it hasn't been much of an E3 for Nintendo to win, but I think they might have won it with this.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a remarkably good E3 showing and an E3 full of really bad showings.
Yep.
So, good job, Nintendo.
Yeah.
You did it. But yeah, I think that's about all we have for this. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to Nintendo World Report TV and check out NintendoWorldReport.com for a whole lot more. There's a link to our Discord in the description, and stick around for some info on our Patreon at patreon.com/NWR. See you next time. Bye. This video was made possible by our generous supporters on Patreon. Did you know that Nintendo World Report is funded directly by fans like you? When you support Nintendo World Report on Patreon, you get immediate access to multiple exclusive podcasts every month, exclusive Discord channels, an early look at select content, and more, all for as little as $1 a month. Check out patreon.com/NWR for all the details.